I'm a guy who has a tendency to be doubtful. And even with that doubt, I will try my best to give things the benefit of that doubt. And through my introduction to this course, and not just the course, but Dan as well, I got enough of a feeling that I could believe and trust in that benefit of the doubt. And it proved itself enough to me that I could rely on the course. And in the end, it's delivered. I had enough trust in the course and it followed through with that trust. Take this opportunity because it will completely revolutionize your enjoyment of music. My name's Enoch, but I'm usually referred to as EJ, and I'm from Minnesota. I had a lot of curiosity and interest in music, constructing music and understanding how music itself was constructed. But I didn't have the most reliable sources to continue to look to. There's nothing I felt like I could regularly rely upon or just have something available to check a general library of what I want to understand. And that's kind of what I was looking for. It's a sense of direction. There was a general sense of like, I don't know what I'm doing or where I'm going ahead of me.
How did you find out about Best Music Coach?
I stumbled upon a stream of the OSD Pizza Tower and I threw that on while I was at work. And throughout the entirety of that shift, I was just listening to every bit of analysis, seeing reactions and responses to different aspects of the music and breaking down how it works. It just felt so fun to listen to, and I wanted to see how much further I could get through it. Then I saw that the course was coming up, and I'm like, okay, I mean, why not give it a look? And the further I looked into it, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give it a try. I figure if I find the opportunity, I can give it a try. Opportunity arrived for me to be able to go through the course, and well, here I am.
What has your experience been like with Best Music Coach?
I've always liked the concept of making my own music. Ever since I was a kid, I'd be humming little tunes that come to mind, and I still do it to this day. So being able to actually follow through on that is enriching. I guess the best way of putting it is it's a course that doesn't stick to standardization. It's a course that allows for adjusting to the person taking the course. And that is big.
What were your doubts and fears going into the Gamer Music Creator Group?
Initially, I was uncertain about the course, and I was uncertain about self being able to progress through the course. The initial distrust was just something new, something I was investing in, and I'm like, I'm not sure if I'm going to get the actual value I'm looking for, because when I first came across and went through it all and looked through it all, I wasn't super certain, but when I actually sat down and as I followed through the course and I gave that trust to you, it's delivered well over its expectation for sure.
Why did you decide to take action and join the group?
Part of it was Dan and the way that you actually delivered the course. But the other thing that caught me was just the understanding of how a person can like think or doubt themselves and the thoughts they could have about the uncertainties of the course. But you tended to have an answer for that. And it was an answer that always made sense. It always made sense. And in the end, it was like, okay, yeah, I'm sold on the idea of that. It's just got a lot of flexibility to it, and it can work for everyone, damn near everyone.
What progress have you made since joining the group? What can you do now that you couldn't do before?
The first thing I'm able to do now is understand how music works, how it's constructed, the methods it uses, the common patterns you can find, and the basic building blocks for how songs are constructed and played and how they're enjoyable. That's something I've always wanted to understand ever since I was young, and being able to have further in-depth understanding and catch details and patterns in music I listen to every day is lovely. It's really enjoyable. It's just another small thing that gets to put a smile on my face. The second thing is a sense of direction, not just for making music, but for productivity in general. I've got the mixing and mastering done for a song that I worked on before I was even in the course, and there were aspects of it that I liked, but it felt like there could be improvements, but I didn't know what to do. And now I didn't even know the song could be as good as it is now. I didn't think it could be as good as it sounds or is constructed now. It's night and day difference. I could possibly pull up some old save or some old MP3 of the older versions of that song and compare it, and it'd be drastically different. In terms of creating and understanding music is a lot of fun now. There's a lot of things that I get to catch or notice, and patterns that I get to notice when listening to any form of music. It could be something on the radio and I'm like, oh, there's a little progression here. Oh, and so I've always really enjoyed breaking things down and understanding how it functions. Being able to do that is just all the more fun. As for creating music, I've actually got an idea and a structure for where to go and a path to choose. That's what I've been mainly looking for, a path. And now that I've got that clearance, I can make my way forward and take the steps that I'd like to progress and improve.
How do you feel about the results you've gotten from the group?
Ecstatic. Ecstatic's the best way to put it. Ever since I was a kid, I would hum melodies and songs to myself that I'd think of in my head, or songs I really enjoyed listening to, but I never got to go any further than that. And for the longest time, from being a child, I wanted to be able to work off of that and make my own music. Closest I got was an instrument, but I never got to stretch from there. I liked instruments and they're fun, but there's nothing quite as open and free as the composition process for music. And there's so many aspects and freedoms and different ways to experiment. It's lovely. And now that I get to understand how those different aspects blend together and function, it compounds off of that curiosity, and it's just another thing that brightens my day. I get to do something I've wanted ever since I was a kid. And who doesn't want to do that?